Let's talk about something real. Have you ever hit that point, maybe in your 30s, 40s, or even 50s, where you just feel like the fire you once had is kind of dimmed? You know, that ambition, that drive, it just doesn't feel as sharp as it used to. Well, today we're going to break down exactly why that happens and talk about a super powerful idea, the midlife reset.
Does this question hit home for you? You know that feeling, right? Just going through the motions, day in and day out. The alarm goes off, you have your coffee, the commute, the meetings, dinner, a little TV, sleep, and then you do it all over again. It's not that your life is bad, not at all, but it feels automatic, like you're not really the one driving anymore, just a passenger in a car you used to be in total command of.
And think about this for a second. Remember something you used to do just for the pure joy of it. Maybe it was playing guitar, or writing, or tinkering in the garage. It was a passion. But now, fast forward to today, and for so many of us, those passions start to feel like just another thing on the to-do list, another obligation. And that's when the joy just gets squeezed out by pressure.
And here it is, the absolute core of the problem. It all comes down to autopilot. And look, this isn't just about being busy. It's about when our routines, the very things we set up to make life easier, start running the whole show. Instead of creating energy for us, they just start draining it, leaving us feeling flat, uninspired, and just meh.
Okay, so let's dig into why this actually happens. Why do we lose that edge? Now listen closely, because this next part is the most important piece of this whole puzzle. Your edge is not gone for good. It's just buried.
I really want you to let that sink in for a minute. That is such a powerful way to look at it. You haven't lost your talent. You haven't lost your drive. It didn't just vanish into thin air. It's simply been covered up, layer by layer over time. And the best part? Anything that's been buried can be dug up again.
So what's burying it? Well, it's these two culprits: unexamined habits and outdated beliefs. These are the layers of dirt. An unexamined habit, that could be as simple as grabbing your phone the second you wake up. Just a few minutes of that can set a reactive, defensive tone for your whole day. And an outdated belief? That's the little voice in your head saying you're too old to start a business or learn a new language.
So how does this even happen? It's not an overnight thing. It's a slow, quiet process made up of these three things. We get comfortable, so we stop challenging ourselves. We get cautious, so we stop taking risks. And maybe the biggest one of all, we just stop paying attention. We completely lose touch with where our time and energy are actually going.
And what this all leads to is a massive mindset shift. We go from a mode of creation, where we are actively, proactively building our lives, to a mode of pure survival. And you know what survival mode is like. It's all reactive. It's about putting out fires, dealing with whatever gets thrown at you, and just trying to make it to Friday.
Okay, so if that's the problem, what on earth is the solution? Well, it's all about finding your turning point. And the key here, the real key, is to understand that we need something way more powerful than just a little burst of motivation. What we need is a fundamental reset.
And let's be super clear about the difference here. Motivation is awesome, but it's like a shot of caffeine. It feels great, but it fades. We've all been there. You watch an inspiring video, you're fired up for a day, and then it's gone. A reset, on the other hand, is a deliberate, intentional process. It's not about a temporary feeling. It's about systematically rebuilding your foundation from the ground up. And the process itself is surprisingly straightforward. First, you just have to admit that you need more than a quick motivational boost. Second, you commit to making an intentional reset. But that third step, that's the absolute game changer. You have to find your specific turning point.
So, what is a turning point? It's that exact moment you can look back on where things started to go sideways. Maybe it was a project at work that blew up, or a piece of tough feedback that really shook your confidence. Or maybe it was just a period of burnout that made you pull back. Finding this moment is everything because it shows you the real root of the problem.
So I want you to really, genuinely ask yourself this. Try to pinpoint it. Was it a specific event, a conversation, a bad decision? Figuring out what triggered the slide is the first real step in reversing it. And this isn't about blaming yourself or anyone else. It's just about understanding why, so you can start to intentionally rebuild.
So once you understand your turning point, that's when you get to move into the final, and honestly, the most exciting phase, reactivating your edge. This is where you take everything you've learned and you start turning it into a new way of living, a way where your daily actions are perfectly aligned with a real sense of purpose.
And your edge? Oh, it comes roaring back when your daily actions line up with these three things: clarity, discipline, and purpose. Clarity is knowing exactly what you want. Discipline is doing the work day in and day out. And purpose? That's the big why that fuels it all. When you get all three of those working together, you're not on autopilot anymore. You are in command.
And that's where we'll end on, this powerful reminder. Your drive, your ambition, your edge, it's dormant, not dead. It's like a computer that's just been powered down. It's all still there, just waiting for you to hit the restart button.
So I'm going to leave you with that one big question. Take some time with it, really think about it. What was your turning point? Because identifying that exact moment, that's the first and most powerful step you can take to reclaim your edge and get back in the driver's seat of your own life.